Hey you guys, I'm going to be doing a tutorial today on how to do blood splatter nails, and I'm going to be doing it on this finger that I got from Red Iguana. It's a realistic finger. It was $20. I don't know if that's a lot, but to me it seemed reasonable, I think. So you can see it's super bendy. Um, it's super realistic, and you don't have to like actually glue the nail on here, but it's easier to work with it like that. You can get nail tips, like full cover nail tips, and stick it like all the way in the finger because um, the nail bed like goes really far down, so you can just stick the nail in there and work like that if you don't always want to soak off the nail. But for this look, I did glue on a nail tip, and I'm going to double tip it because I wanted it to be a little bit longer. So I'm just going to double tip it right here, and then I am going to go in and cut it down a little bit because you can see it kind of curves a lot, and I don't want to do it that long. Okay, so now that it's cut, I'm going to go in with my sanding band, and I'm going to go over the surface and cut on the sides, or shape the sides with the sanding band. Then I'm going to go in with my file, and I'm just going to sharpen up the shape. It was kind of hard to file fast and hard with me just holding the finger like this. You can kind of see the nail tip was moving a lot. So what I had to do was hold the nail tip and then file it. On the Red Iguana site, she does have like a holder for the hand, and I'm sure you could put the finger on the holder as well, but I just didn't want to buy it just for the little finger. So I actually went back and I bought the full hand, the right hand, and I bought a holder. So I think I'll be doing most of my YouTube tutorials on that hand just so I can do whatever I want and show you guys a lot of different things. So I went in and added a clear bead on the nail bed, as I would if it was on an actual finger. And then I'm going to go in with another bead and just go all the way down with it just so that the whole nail can just be covered by the clear. Okay, so now that I have the clear bead on there, you can still see where the two nails meet, but it's okay because whenever I go in with the splatter and everything, you're not going to be able to see it. So this is what I use. I use a funnel. You can maybe use like a straw or something else, whatever works for you. But you want to get the polish and you want to cover the hole and make this like film. You'll see in a second. And whenever you blow into it with your mouth, it's going to splat out. Okay, so right here, you're going to be able to see what I'm talking about. It's a lot easier if you point the funnel downwards whenever you're doing this, because sometimes whenever you point it this way and then you do it and then you flip it back around, the gel kind of runs down into the funnel. So you don't want to really do that. Just flip it like downwards. I'm just showing it to you guys this way just for the purposes of me showing you, but definitely do it the other way so it doesn't drip down into the funnel, because then whenever you blow into the funnel, it's like a big glob is going to come out and it's not going to be splatter. Okay, so right here I have the funnel behind the camera, but you can see the splatter that came out. And I'm sorry it was a little out of focus, but you're gonna have to do it about like 3 times to get like the perfect splatter that you want. And here I have it going in slow motion so you can see like it's gonna get messy, but if you're doing it with gel polish, you'll be able to clean it up pretty easy. Just have some like acetone handy. My desk is acetone resistant, so I just poured acetone all over my desk and just cleaned it up. But the first time I ever did this, I used regular polish and we had to wait for it to dry. So I would really just suggest you using gel polish to save yourself the headache and to save time. But you can see like how many times I've done it. I think I'm going to do it one more time just to get the perfect like, splatter effect. And if you're doing this on a real person, there is latex. I can't think of like the exact name, but it's like liquid latex that you can put on the person's finger, and then so it covers whatever you're going to be doing. It covers their finger, so at the end you can just peel off the latex and it won't like be messy on their fingers. But honestly, you could also just wipe it off with like acetone or alcohol or something, water, like just wipe it off. It's not a big deal unless your client's just like super, I don't know, but it should be fine. Just wipe it up, and then after that, cure it. I'm using my A-Press small little UV light, but I will say be careful whenever you're curing it that you don't cure it on your table as well. I was just doing that just to show you guys, but I cleaned it up before I cured it. Anyways, so now I'm going to be placing the bead on the nail. I'm going to be using 2 beads. Usually I start from the bottom and then work my way up, but I guess for some reason I wanted to start from the top. So I'm going to put this bead and then I'm going to go in with another bead, and after that I'm going to shape. So while I was doing this, I noticed that the acrylic that I placed on the nail bed of this finger actually it started lifting up. So that's why I placed my finger on the actual nail, and I messed up the bead that I had placed at first, and I kind of squished it and left my fingerprint. So after this, I'm going to go in and add another bead where I left my fingerprint. So I don't know what you would have to do. I guess maybe like make the surface a little rough and add some primer to make it stick. I know on her site she has like Gorilla Glue and some other stuff for full cover tips, but I'm not really like a fan of full cover tips, so I don't know. I'm gonna figure it out. And when I do, I'll let you guys know like what I figured out works the best. But this is the nail with the 2 beads on there. So I'm just like moving it around to see like what it looks like, and I think I'm gonna add another bead like on the side because it looked a little empty. So after that, I'm gonna go in and shape. Okay, so this is the nail, and I'm going to, I already like kind of buffed over it, and honestly it's not perfect, but I wasn't trying to make it perfect since it's not like an actual finger. So I'm just gonna go in and apply the top coat, and you'll be able to see like the design like really show through. Also, whenever I'm doing clear nails, I always add top coat on the back of the nail as well. And I think it's kind of necessary for this whenever you're doing double tips and it's a clear nail because of that number that's back there and the gap, not the gap, but whenever the 2 nails meet to kind of make it disappear. So you know how I told you guys that whenever I was done, you weren't going to be able to see the two nails meet, and you can't. And I think adding the top coat in the back kind of helps that as well. And I forgot to mention also to blend the nail tips. Before I came in with the top coat, I used a drill bit and I tried to blend it with that. You can really use any drill bit that will work. I used a sanding band and another one, I don't remember, but it's really easy to achieve. So as you can see, this is the blood splatter nail. It's super easy to do. It's just really messy. Okay guys, so that is all. If you want to see any other Halloween type tutorials or any other kind of tutorials, let me know. I'm going to have a full hand in soon, so I'm really excited to show you guys tutorials on that.